Hey, what's up guys, it's the Santa Plays here, and if you couldn't tell by all these fancy cars next to me, there's a lot of new vehicles added into Unturned Vanilla, I guess. So let's check them out. So the first one that I want to show you is this Bulldozer right next to me. It is actually called the Bulldozer, so let's hop in and check out the speed and everything. This is the straightest part at the airport, so we're going to be checking it here. So it looks like the Bulldozer is actually maxing out at 45 kilometers per hour, which is pretty fast for a Bulldozer, but not very fast for an unturned vehicle. The next vehicle we have here is the cement truck. So this is what it looks like. It has the cement mixer on the back. Sadly, that doesn't actually work, obviously. But let's check out the speed on this thing, this giant truck. Okay, at the runway again, this is where we're going to be testing every vehicle, and this truck seems to be maxing out at 62 kilometers per hour, so not bad for a cement mixing truck. It's a truck. Here's the skid loader. Yeah, that's the name. It really is a forklift, but it's called a skid loader. Not sure why, but that's what it's called. So sadly, it can't actually pick up anything with like the forks at the top, but I'll get onto that later. But on for the speed test. I don't expect this thing to go fast, cause like look how little the wheels are. Yep, okay, it looks like it's maxed out at 44/45 kilometers per hour, so the same as the Bulldozer. Although the forks cannot actually pick things up, they actually can go under them. So this vehicle, this delivery truck for example, it's under it as we can see, and off the pullout, it works out just fine. Time for the worst two vehicles. So this first one, the Sport Dune Buggy, I mean, it looks pretty cool, yeah, but the way it handles is just so bad. It's so janky. Yeah, it'll be hard to drive without shaking, but we'll try to get there. Okay, it looks like it maxed out at 78. That was the top speed. Oh god, the shake. Oh my god, the shaking's so bad, but 78 was the max speed on this. If you thought the Dune Buggy was bad, this Scavenger right here is so much worse. It's really cool since you can, put a lot of crates in the back, scavenging and doing all that. It's a real practical vehicle, but how it drives is so much worse. So the first thing you'll realize about these two vehicles that I forgot to mention for the first one is there's no doors or anything, so you're pretty exposed. But the lack of doors won't stop it from driving horribly. Just wait till the end of the clip. So it starts off pretty good. It doesn't max out to the very end, and at the very end you can see at the bottom it maxes out at 81 kilometers per hour, which is better than the other one. But look at that. It's so bad. The brakes are awful. I just flipped onto my nose. Look at this Lamborghini with like the body kits and then the headlights. Oh, it's definitely a Lamborghini. And the speed of this sports car is incredible. I don't think this looks like a Lamborghini, but supposedly that's what it is. But the speed really gets me. So I take this for 2 runs down the runway. The first time I maxed it out at 114, but I didn't think that was the max, so I go around it the second time, but on the other side of the runway, as you can see in a sec. But I didn't think 114 was the fastest, so I came to this side, and on this side I got a 116 reading. If you look at the bottom, you will see that 116 appear shortly. There it is, and this just goes so fast. So our next vehicle is the delivery truck. So this is a delivery truck because in the back there's a lot of room for you to put crates and obviously deliver stuff. So as you can see, this is the huge space in the back. You can jump into it. Sadly, there's no seats back here. This is just room for you to place crates and everything like that. But on to the speed test now. So if you put crates back there, there will be a lot of protection for them. So you're just going to have to pay the price and have to go slow because this thing only maxes out at 53 miles per hour. So it's pretty slow, but for protected items, it's worth it. Okay, so on to my personal favorite vehicle. This is the Auto Gyro. And as it looks, it is a makeshift helicopter. And the best part about this, me saying it's makeshift, is this is craftable. You can craft a helicopter and put it down. This will make things so much easier on any map, Hawaii, or anything else. But there's something interesting about this. So I'm bringing it out onto the runway instead of taking it off immediately because this thing doesn't fly straight up into the air. It actually like takes off like a plane, but you don't need to pull up. It's really weird. So this is me just holding down W. I'm not moving my mouse back or anything. It just takes off like that. So it's a mix between a plane and a helicopter for how it flies because I don't need to pull up or anything. It just takes off, but you need a little bit of runway space to take off. But then when you're landing it and everything like that, you can actually hover and just land in one spot. You don't need to like land on a runway or anything like that. So this is a really interesting vehicle, but I don't care as long as it can fly and you can build it or craft it. I'm happy with it. I think this is actually really unique and just really cool. Obviously you're really exposed if people are going to shoot you, but I'm just really excited that you can actually craft it. Alright, so this vehicle is Makeshift 2. It is the Makeshift raft. So now you get into this and the seat is facing this way. It is facing, well, I guess it's your forward, but it's actually facing right. But when you drive it, you drive that way. So it's really trippy. You're probably going to want to go to third person to drive this since you're facing that way in first person. It's really confusing, but that's just how boats and like rafts work, especially one like this. But I took it out and it actually maxed out at 22 miles per hour. I think that's actually really bad and really slow, and it seemed very slow. So 22 miles an hour is the max, and it actually took forever to actually get to that 22 max. Okay, so you've probably been wanting to see this vehicle since when you saw it in the intro, and this is the hot air balloon. Isn't it cool? So there's two seats in this. One is facing forward, that's the seat I'm in, and if you hit F and F2, then you switch to the other seat, which is facing backwards. So if you're in a high speed like aerial chase dogfight, if somebody's chasing you, the passenger in your hot air balloon could shoot back at them. So if you can hear it now, you probably can. There's helicopter noises in the background, and this is actually what it produces. It doesn't have its own special hot air balloon noise. It has the helicopter noise because this acts and like behaves very similar to a helicopter, as like how it takes off and lands and like how it goes forward and all of that. So that's probably why that's playing. Hopefully that there's a new sound added to replace that. But I really do like this because if you tilt it forward a lot, then you can actually start picking up some speed. So it's pretty cool. Now this was my landing, and it wasn't too bad except for the fact that I landed on an uneven surface. But that doesn't matter because you see uneven surface. But what I want to show you right now is the durability. So I'm just going to shoot this, and as you can see, metal sparks flash off, and if I shoot here, it's wood-like sparks. That's really interesting. It doesn't pop or anything. I wish it popped. Maybe if you shoot it with a high caliber, something else will happen. But it can just be blown up by low caliber guns. So here's the IDs of all the vehicles. I hope you caught all the numbers for the land vehicles, those vehicle IDs, as well as the air and aqua vehicles too. That is all for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing and sharing the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Santa Plays, signing off.